Hi, I'm Nandi. I'm a licensed midwife, a trained doula, and a mother of 3, and I'm based in Sweden. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about prenatal care in Sweden, known as MBC or Barnmorskemottagning. So if you're pregnant or just curious about how it works in Sweden when you're pregnant, this is the video for you. If you find yourself pregnant in Sweden, the thing you should do is contact Barnmorskemottagning or a mödravårdscentral so you can start your prenatal care there. In Sweden, the prenatal care is handled by midwife. If any complications or anything arise where you need a different type of care, they will help you find the right person for you. So it might be a doctor or a physiotherapist or a psychologist, whatever you might need during your pregnancy that is kind of like related to the pregnancy. The midwife will help you, and then you will continue to see that midwife all through your pregnancy. The number of times you will meet your midwife will vary depending on a little bit where you are in Sweden and also what your needs are. But your first appointment is usually very early in your first trimester, and this appointment focuses on overall health. So diet, exercise, maybe you are smoking, how to help you not smoke or decrease smoking, alcohol, drug habits, and so on. So that's the first one. Your second appointment will be at the end of the first trimester, and it will focus on your overall health more. It would look at your health history, your family's relevant history, such as like diabetes or blood clots, and during this visit you'll also take blood tests to check if anything is going on in your blood that they need to know about. And this appointment is a little bit more in depth than the first appointment. Here in Skåne, where I'm based, you will not see your midwife again until about week 25 to 28, depending on a little bit what you plan during that first meeting. And during those weeks between the first two appointments and the week 25 to 28, you will be offered 2 sonograms. The first one is sonogram to look at your risk for or the baby's risk for Down syndrome and another chromosomal variation. And then you will be offered a second trimester ultrasound, which is or sonogram, which is to date the pregnancy. And during this sonogram, there's also more of an anatomical run through. So they look at the different parts of the baby and make sure that everything seems to be developing in the way that it's supposed to, and an overall look of the baby. If you want to find out the gender of your baby, this is the sonogram. They could look at that. But keep in mind that they're not always right, of course, and it's not always possible to see the gender depending on how the baby is laying at that time. After these 2 sonograms, you will see your midwife regularly. During these checkups, they will take your blood pressure, check your urine for signs of preeclampsia. They will measure the growth of your uterus to see if the baby is growing as expected, and listen to the baby's heart rate. If you have any concerns or questions, these checkups are a really good time to voice those with your midwife and get the support and help that you might need. When it comes to screening for different things, in Sweden it varies what you screen for depending on where you live. So to get more information about that, ask your specific midwife in your specific location. But they can screen for things like gestational diabetes, GBS, which is Group B streptococci, how do you say that in English, which can cause an infection for the baby afterwards, which can be good to keep an eye on. What they screen for during pregnancy varies a little bit depending on where you are in Sweden. In some places they screen everybody for things, in some places they just screen if there's any risk or if you seem to be developing symptoms. So find out more about that from your specific midwife clinic, so you know what is being screened for during your pregnancy. These checkups that you will have all through your pregnancy are to make sure that you and your baby are considered healthy during pregnancy. If anything arises, like I said before, the midwife will make sure that you get to the right person that can help you further. You will be seeing a midwife all through pregnancy and once the baby is born. In general terms, the midwife that you've seen during your pregnancy will not be the midwife that is present during your birth. There is one project in Stockholm called Min Barnmorske, where they do follow, a group of midwives follow the pregnant person through pregnancy, labor and postpartum, but this is not available in all locations. So in general, the midwife that you see during pregnancy is not the one that will be there when you give birth. I think most, if not all, prenatal care facilities offer some kind of parental education during your pregnancy, especially if you're expecting your first. And I know in some places they offer it in English as well. In other places it might be an option to have an interpreter either on the phone or in person during these classes, so you can follow along even if you're not a native Swedish speaker. If any time during your pregnancy you feel that the midwife that you have been seeing isn't suitable for you, you can switch midwives. You can switch to another midwife in your clinic or switch clinics altogether. If you're in a small location, maybe that is not an option for you, but it's good to know that you have the right to make that choice. There are special LGBTQ plus certified, that was long, LGBTQ plus certified prenatal clinics that you can go to if you feel more comfortable with an LGBTQ plus certified location. I will leave the link to the list down in the description box. There are also locations that offer parental classes for LGBTQ plus parents to be, or also for single parents. So what is available in your area, you're just going to have to find out, ask your midwife, maybe look online a little bit, but there are options. Not all locations will have the same array of options, but there are some options out there. After your baby is born, you will return to the midwife who has followed you through pregnancy to do a postnatal checkup. It will be about 8 to 12 weeks postpartum, so 8 to 12 weeks after your baby is born. Then you'll talk through your pregnancy, through your birth. They will offer you a vaginal exam and they will offer you birth control. Something you are interested in, this is a great opportunity to find out more what your options are there and maybe choose a birth control that will work for you. If you want to know more about birth in Sweden, I have a video on that. I'll link it in the description box below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hej då!